Okay, guys, today we're going to cover the art of the Masse Shot, okay, and simple swerve shots as well. All right, I call it an art. I'll get into that a little bit more in the video. This is starting at a beginner level, okay? Beginners and even lower intermediate players, if you follow some of these tips, you can do these types of shots, okay? So, first example, we have the simplest type of swerve shot. As you can see, I am about a half a ball blocked from trying to make this to the corner. Half a ball. By the way, this is not a game demonstration, game situation. This is a shot demonstration. So don't tell me, why didn't you bank it? Why didn't you kick it? Why didn't you jump it? I'm showing Masse shots today, okay? Starting from the simplest form. Half a ball snookered. I'm going to aim about one ball out from the blocker ball, okay? So as you can see, the one ball out puts me almost to one diamond. So I just have to make up about one diamond, okay? Now I could overdo this so that I hit this rail first so that I don't scratch, but I'm going to try for it direct, okay? Now, this is a fairly straightforward, easy little swerve shot masse, okay? I don't hardly have to elevate. You don't need to be up and doing this crazy 90-degree crap and stuff like that that trick shots are done with. Okay, this is just a normal shot with just a little bit of elevation, 10 or 15 degrees. Okay, probably 15 degrees. I like to generally follow my cue through in the direction that I want the cue ball to swerve, just a little bit. Okay, you don't have to. I like it, personal preference. Okay, so let's aim for one ball out for this diamond right here, first diamond. Okay, gonna elevate about that 15-degree mark. Gonna give it just a little punch, and we got just enough swerve on it to make it, okay? You notice I didn't hit that hard. Softer is better when you're dealing with these kind of masse shots. You want to give it some time and space to actually curve, okay? So that was a beginner level masse shot, okay? Not that hard. As you can see, I barely elevated. I took a normal little stroke. Wasn't hard. I just needed to get, um, well, initially, I just needed to get half a ball. Over here, it works out to be a diamond because the angle keeps opening up the further the distance goes, okay? Let's look at some other shots and how it is an art. All right, so now we are a full ball blocked. Okay, let's make it an exact full ball. There we go. Okay, so now if I'm aiming a ball out, you can see that I'm almost two diamonds away from aiming for my ball down there, okay? Still not that hard. This one, I do elevate at about 35 to 45 degrees, okay? I'm still gonna keep my regular shot stance, and I am gonna whip my cue just a little bit. So this is probably more for an intermediate kind of player to an advanced player, okay? But it's still not that hard, and you still don't want to do it hard. You don't want to shoot it hard. You still need to give it time and space to swerve. Check it out. Okay, the first try, I can do almost all of those first try. If we get into some of the real tricky, artsy trick shot types, yeah, they take several tries, but easy breezy peasy on that one, okay? Full ball hooked and about 35 to 45 degrees elevation. And yes, I did whip a little bit to my left in my follow through. Personal preference, guys, okay? Let's look at another example. All right, as you can see, guys, I am still fully snookered here behind the blue 10 ball in the middle, okay? But we have a ball on either side now, which means we have to go out wider. I wouldn't suggest going this way with this shot because you can very easily scratch and follow the cue ball in. If this side is open over here, I would suggest taking the side of the rail. The rail will help you on this shot, and it takes the scratch completely out of the equation, okay? So this one is, I got about a 1.5 foot distance here, by the way, guys. This one is about the maximum angle that I would still use a downward hand grip, okay? So down towards hell, In this situation, 60 degrees would be, my hand is still down, and anything more than this type of curve, and I would switch to an upper hand, pointing to heaven, right? So let's try a downward grip, and let's aim for that side pocket. We'll not hit it too hard because I want it to curve for me. Okay, downward hand, and here it is. All right, so we got that clean. We got a nice curve on it. I didn't even have to use the rail. And luckily, we didn't scratch. Let's look at another one. Same line, same angle, but now we have an extra blocker ball on each end. On this one now, it looks more comfortable to my eye to actually go this way, okay? But now we're gonna switch our grip and go up. Same grip, just gonna rotate my hand, point my fingers up, okay? So, check it out. You don't need to do an air bridge on this and think, you don't need to jab the table. I'm not even gonna be touching the table really, okay? Check it out. In this case, I'm basically gonna be aiming for this 8 ball here, and I am gonna whip my cue to the left, my left, the direction I want the cue ball to swerve. So, pointing to the heavens, elevating about 60 degrees, and watch what happens, guys. First try, by the way, guys. All right, guys. Obviously, if you're nice and close to the balls, a couple, 2, 3 inches, it's not a real practical masse shot. It's more of a trick masse shot. Yes, this one does require a longer bridge distance, so I like to use my leg. And it requires a vertical, almost 90-degree shot with a solid 3 o'clock placement on the cue ball. This is not practical, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, guys, but this is what it looks like. Okay, and you see, we missed it anyways, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that one. Let's look what happens if you need to delay your spin. Okay, check it out. All right, guys, here is a cool and fun shot to learn and practice. Okay, it's definitely more of an advanced shot. Okay, we are going to curve it through this gap here. Okay, so we need to delay the curve until around here. Okay, if it happens before that, we're just going to hit these blocker balls. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, you have to play some backspin on this shot, and as that backspin releases, the side spin is going to start the curve in here. Okay, well, let's check out what that looks like. See if we can get at least close. Oh, also, what's important on this one to aim about 4 balls out from your first blocker ball. Okay, so I'm actually going to be aiming out way over here. Okay, because that's where I want the curve to start to take effect. My hand's going to be pointing up to the heavens, and I'm elevating about 60 to 65 degrees. Okay, check it out. Here it is. All right, we did take it off the rail, but you see how the curve started to take effect right about here. Okay, very cool shot. Does come in handy. Yes, I use it in matches quite a bit. All right, guys, now here is a little bit of a different shot. Okay, I'm only a half a ball snookered here. Okay, but if I'm aiming about a ball out from this blocker ball, I am only able to see center table, which means we have to let it curve in 2 diamonds by the time it reaches that object ball down here. On these, I find it easier to overspin it, hit the rail, so it takes the scratch out of the equation. Again, this one's pretty easy. Only need to elevate about 25 or 30 degrees. I do give it a little whip. Okay, check it out. I'm going to be aiming, like I said, out to center table. Give it a little whip. Let's see if we can overspin it, take it off of the long rail. Okay. All right, first try, because those are very easy. I can do them almost every single time. All right, but that is the goal on that one, is to take it off the rail. Okay, take the scratch out of the equation. Let's look at a full ball hook here. Okay, guys, now we are a full ball hooked. All too often, people don't aim far enough out. Okay, I'm going to be aiming for at least 1 blocker ball here. Okay, or 1 ball away from the blocker ball. Sorry, which puts me around to the 3rd diamond away from this pocket mark, okay? So we got to make up 3 diamonds of ground down there at that end of the table. All too often, if you don't aim far enough out, the spin is going to grab too soon. You're going to hit this blocker ball like this. Check it out. Okay, how many times have you tried masse shots and have done just that? All right, let's make that now. Okay, be sure to go wide enough on this. Pick your aim spot. Do the little whip. All right, bingo. Okay, not a problem. Now, again, I was aiming 3 diamonds away from that ball. Only one ball here, so only about 2.5 to 3 inches away from the blocker ball here. But down there, 3 diamonds of difference. Okay, Big Al, well, that's easy if they're in the pocket, right? Okay, well, this one isn't. Check it out. First try on that one. Big Al, that last one was on the rail. Anybody can make that in their sleep. Easy breezy. Okay, well, here's a middle table one. I'm going to go a little closer to the blocker ball here. Just a bit of a finesse shot. All right, right about there. Ah, close. There it is. That one took a few tries. I did miss it 3 times, like just barely in the pocket, but took, I think, 5 tries to get that one. All right, guys, let's thread the needle right here, okay? Pay attention to 2 things in this shot. Number 1, the speed of the cue ball, how soft it is, okay? Number 2, watch what I do with my tip, okay? So I am going to give this a little bit of a whipping motion, and right about here, get my aim line, and let's whip it in there, guys. Perfect. And as you can see, we have a nice shot on the 8 ball. All right, guys, you can even do forward-paced masse shots, all right? You see me do these on many videos. They're very easy. I do them all the time. But check it out. Let's clear the traffic here, okay? Oh, how close is that? First try on that one, guys. So there's many different shots that you can do with the masse. Something to practice. You see that on almost all of my MSAs, I didn't even really touch the table with my tip at all. The only one was when I was doing that vertical one straight up and down. Trick masses don't really have a spot in gameplay matches, but a lot of the other types of swerve and masse shots that I showed you today absolutely will get you out of trouble if you can master that art. See you at the next lesson, guys. We'll talk soon.